How do you optimize your Amazon listing for mobile? In this video, I'm going to take you through what I believe is the tasks that you can do on your Amazon listing that will get you the most bang for your buck as far as being optimized for mobile. Now, if you like this kind of information where I'm helping you build your own e-commerce business right here in Australia, be sure to give this video a thumbs up. That way I will know that you want to see more information like this. Also consider subscribing to my YouTube channel because I post brand new money-making information every single day just like this. If you've got any questions for me, all you do is just comment below and I'll answer them personally for you. With that being said, let's get into it. Did you know it's 15 years since the iPhone was launched today? Steve Jobs, that visionary guy, launched the iPhone 15 years ago, which is just insane. And when you think about the number of people now who actually own a smartphone, some kind of smartphone, 6.3 billion people own smartphones, which is just insane. Many countries, smartphones are the de facto way that they transact and do business. China, for instance, Africa, for instance, India, for instance. The majority of people do not have computers in those countries. They do everything on their smartphone. And of course, that's led to a whole heap of opportunities around that. But for us as e-commerce entrepreneurs, what that really means, and what it's getting more and more to be the case, is the importance of optimizing for mobile, So I thought it'd be kind of cool just to talk about a couple of things that I believe are imperative when it comes to optimizing for mobile. You may not be aware of this, but Amazon actually has 4 different websites that they utilize. And each website is treated differently, and you get to access each website depending on how you access amazon.com.au or amazon.com or whatever it may be. So they've got like the desktop-based website, which is what I'm on now, but they've also got a smartphone-based website. They've got the smartphone app-based website, and then they've got a tablet-based website as well. And each of those, without kind of getting too deep into that, operates differently for SEO as well. So when you look at the, and you don't want to do this because it's techie as all fuck, but when you look at the SEO code, what's going on, and the way they structure things in the search engine, it's very clear that they treat those 4 different websites very differently for SEO as well, including things like how the bestseller badge gets allocated, because that's different across all the 4 different platforms. Anyway, so I thought it was kind of neat. And what I did notice as I was doing some research for this was, look at the bestsellers in Australia in health and household, personal care. Look how many of these are still COVID-related things. Face masks, heart rate monitors, temperature monitors. Face masks are everywhere. Now, I'll tell you a very embarrassing story. I'm going to say about 18 months ago, somebody, I can't remember who it was exactly, but somebody said to me, oh, should I start selling face masks on Amazon, or have I missed the boat? Is it kind of over? And I said to them, listen, you've missed the boat. That's it. You don't get into face masks now. That ship has sailed. Nobody's going to want to use them anymore. How wrong can you get? Clearly, I'm an idiot. Because in the top 50, a good solid 40% of these are face masks or things to do with COVID. 40% of the best sellers on Amazon in arguably the biggest selling category are to do with COVID still. Now, I don't know how long that's going to go on. But it's very friggin' interesting. Anyway, so I spotted that and thought that was interesting. Also, as well, in the vitamins and supplements, an area I know very well, a lot of these as well are all around COVID related things. So that quercetin, which is a supplement that you take for respiratory issues. Really, that's a COVID-related thing. So vitamin D as well, that's another COVID-related thing. If you go and look at all the press about how you can deal with COVID and prevent yourself getting it, one of them is around, quercetin, NAC is another thing, vitamin D3, zinc, magnesium. These are all COVID-related things, okay? Very, very interesting. Anyway, again, I don't want to kind of get into that. So, mobile. How to optimize for mobile. The very, very biggest thing you can do to really optimize for mobile and to give yourself the best possible chance of making sales via mobile is to get yourself A+ content. That is, without a doubt, the single biggest boost you can give yourself to optimize for mobile. A+ content is really designed for mobile. So Amazon put that together specifically for mobile. And that shows in their code and the way that the A+ content ranks. It's designed specifically for mobile. Now, here's an interesting observation about that. First and foremost, of course, A+ content, well, that's part and parcel of brand registry, okay? So the only way, the best way, let me put it that way, the best way to get A+ content for your listing is to get yourself brand registered. The best person to help you do that is Kate Sun, who's one of the Aussie online entrepreneurs. She will help you get a trademark, get your trademark. You can, once your trademark application is in, you'll get a trademark application number. You can use that trademark application number to then get brand registry. Like, you don't need to wait, because in Australia, it's 6 to 9 months to get your mark, which will be a pain in the arse. You don't need to wait though. You can just use the trademark application number. That's enough to get you brand registry. You could argue, therefore, that all you really need for brand registry is a trademark application number, which of course opens up all sorts of potential loopholes that we could put in place. Anyway, so don't talk about that right now, Neil. So once you've got your A+ content, and the other way you can get it, just to finish that, the other way you can get A+ content is if you can find somebody on Amazon that has a Vendor Plus account. So you can usually find these people on Fiverr. I'm not going to give you the name of anybody because that is a little bit more grey hat, okay? But essentially, if anybody's got what's called a Vendor Central account, they can kind of hijack your listing for you under your own approval, of course. So they hijack your listing, they then put A+ content onto your listing for you, and then they unhijack your listing. And so there's services where you can pay for that as well. $50 to $100, something like that, depending on the person. And you can find people like that on Fiverr who will do that for you. You're welcome to go ahead and do that too, okay? So I've already told you, A+ content, you need to get that, okay? But the big things about A+ content that you should then recognize once you have it is to understand that the screen, that's my hand, and that's the mobile phone screen, the screen size is teeny tiny, okay? It's teeny tiny. So anytime you put, like this, where you put writing on your images, the biggest thing I can share with you, the biggest thing that will make the biggest difference anyway, is the writing on your images must be big enough so that it's easy to read on a mobile device when the image gets shrunk down to 300 pixels by 300 pixels, whatever the size of your phone is. But that's a really big thing, a really important thing, okay? So if I can give you one thing out of that, because I know you're an asshole, Asher, it's that, okay? So that's a really, really important thing. That was a video from my regular Monday night Q&A session with the members of the Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. Over 2,500 members now and growing. We're the fastest growing e-commerce community right here in Australia with sales of over $50 million If you'd like to find out more about what we do and come and join us, get yourself off to www.aussieonlineentrepreneurs.com.au. The link is in the description, and I will see you on the inside. Till then, bye.